Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. Special shout out to the McMafia. So today I'm back again with another travel tips and tricks video. I'm going to be walking you through my entire pre-trip, pre-travel routine. One of my subscribers recently left a comment that said that they were the weird planner type, and I felt that deep inside of my soul. So this video is going to be perfect for all of my weird planner types. For my non-planners, this may seem a little excessive. That's okay. But I promise you will definitely find a tip or two that you are like, huh, I should try that sometime. So let's get started. Before we get started, I wanted to give a special shout out to one of my subscribers, Nevaeh. Hi girl, I hope you are well and you enjoyed your holiday. I think you already went on your holiday. If you haven't, I hope you have an amazing time. This shout out is for you. Woo! Shouting out. All right, let's go. So step number one is going to be broken into A and B. Step 1A is all about washing all the clothes that I want to take on this trip. But not only do I wash all the clothes that I want to wear for the trip, I pack as I wash. I am a creature of habit. There are certain pieces that I like to repeat in my outfits, and I know that if I don't pack it, because we're talking 2 weeks out now, if I don't pack it, I'm probably going to wear it within those 2 weeks, and then it's going to be dirty, and I'm going to be looking for it last minute, and I don't got time for that. This is all about time savings, you guys. So I will pack as I wash. So once I get some clothes packed is usually when I will be able to notice what I'm missing, maybe a sun hat or flip-flops or a certain pair of sandals that I really want to wear, and I will make a list as I go along of what I'm missing so that I know that I'm not going to overpack. Once I look at the bag and I see everything in there, I've washed everything, everything is nicely folded, I just lay it out, look at everything and be like, okay, I'm missing this, this, and this. If I don't, I will add all kinds of things. So I want to be very specific, and that's what the list comes in handy, is to stick to that list. Making a list, I only need maybe another cami or two, not like 5, because that keeps you from overpacking. So wash as you pack and make a list as you go along to see what you could be potentially missing. Notice I'm only talking about my carry-on luggage. I am not a fan of checking bags. Checked bags get lost, things happen, and it's just cheaper that way, and we like to keep budget travel around here on K McFall's channel, okay, McMafia? You know what I'm talking about here? So, carry-on luggage only. I do have a video packing for 10 days, I believe. And like I said, there'll be 2 more packing videos coming up, and I'll show you exactly how I pack for carry-on only. It's all about being very specific. All right, moving on to step 1B. So this step focuses on my carry-on bag or backpack. This is something that is on the plane with me, usually underneath the seat. I have a whole video for that. That's by far my most popular video, and that's how to pack the perfect carry-on bag. Be sure to go over to that video after this one. I'm sure you will really enjoy it. I have 2 backpacks primarily, and they are only for traveling situations. Like, I don't like having a lot of bags, so those 2 bags are always carry-on all the time. I grab them when a trip is coming up, and I go. Because they are only bags, when I come home, I am very guilty of like not unpacking very well, especially when it comes to my carry-on bag. So I will take my bags, throw them on the bed, and just pull everything out. I always find Starbucks napkins and receipts and old boarding passes, so I'll clean it out. Once again, making a list as I go along to make sure, okay, I'm out of Lysol wipes this time, or I'm out of hand sanitizer, and I make a list, a shopping list of what I need to do to refill my carry-on bag. As I'm pulling everything out of the bag, I will put all of my electronics aside. Usually what stays in there is only my Instamax camera, because I use that for travel, and then any external chargers. And I will charge all of those simultaneously at the same time, make sure my batteries are fresh and things like that, and then throw them right back into the bag. There is nothing like having it in your mind that you're going to use like a certain electronic item and you have it charging like the night before, and then all of a sudden you just leave it at home. So that's why I prepare and have everything charged way ahead of time and in the backpack, nice and ready to go. I just pulled out my Instamax like Fujifilm camera. It's definitely not called Instamax. It's like Instax. Instax? I'm over here, I'm like, yeah, Instamax, because that makes sense. Anyway, so I will also be sure, if you have one of these, they're super fun, they're Polaroid cameras, I will make sure that I have enough film for this, and I will put it in order with Amazon Prime. Hello. There's honestly nothing sadder than not having film for that camera and then being on a trip and like, especially going somewhere where the film is just like not readily available. I can't just like run to a Walmart or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just have this camera here for no reason and I'm lugging it around for no reason. So buying film for the Instax Fujifilm camera. So that wraps up my packing process that I usually start 1 to 2 weeks before my trip. Basically, I wash all of my clothes that I want to have packed. I go through my bags, my carry-on bag, my purse, anything that I'm bringing with me, clear it all out of the old stuff and put in all the wonderful new stuff, and then I just go from there. So now we're moving on to the week of the trip. These are all the steps that I like to take the week of. Here we go. We're getting excited. We're going on a trip in a week. So I first like to start with cleaning up my house. There is nothing better to me than returning home after a long trip and being super tired and coming home to a clean house. This means tidying up any and every area of my bedroom, the living room, our second bedroom, the bathroom, replenishing things, making sure we have toilet paper, napkins, paper towels. Trust me, there is nothing worse than coming home, rushing from the airport, having to pee, and then you have no toilet paper. Wow, let's not do that to ourselves. And last but not least, and my favorite place to tidy up is the kitchen. I like to wipe down counters, I sweep the floor, making sure that no critters can get at anything while I'm gone. I usually like to remove any food that is on the counter that like lives on the counter, such as bananas or bread, things of that nature, just to have like clean, once again, critters. I ain't got time for it at all. And specifically the fridge. I have like a little motto for the fridge when it comes to cleaning it out, and I'm either cooking it, I'm freezing it, or I'm throwing it out. Especially things like milk that can expire pretty quickly. Any kind of meats. Whoo, don't you leave meat in there after it has expired. If you can freeze it, go ahead and freeze it, or the week of, go ahead and make a dinner. And after I've done that fridge clean out, I do not purchase any new groceries. There is literally no point, except sometimes I will make sure that I have some frozen quick meals. Once again, there's nothing like returning home to a house with no food. So this will usually consist of something simple like pizza or frozen dinners, frozen fish, things that I can cook up really quickly, because it is nice to come home and have toilet paper and food in your house after traveling. Once my house is clean and everything is tidied up and my fridge has no food that's going to spoil, because I live in an apartment, I will check in with my leasing office. If you live in a home, if you have a trusted neighbor, it's great to check in with them as well. Just letting them know that, hey, I'm going to be gone for X amount of days, X amount of time. Once again, trusted, because you can't just be telling everybody that you're leaving your house for several days, but just to let them know if anything's weird, any smells, any creepy people, things of that nature, just to let them know that we'll be gone. This is especially important when it comes to mail and packages. Does your leasing office have the option of actually delivering all of your packages there and holding them for you during that time? If not, you kind of don't want packages being piled up at your door. And that's when a really nice, trustworthy neighbor comes into play. If they could see any packages, look out for any packages for you and take them inside for when you return, like that is like absolutely the best and most convenient thing and safe that you can do. If your complex has any rules about parking, technically in my complex we're not supposed to park our cars for more than like 3 days or something. They're not like super heavy on that, and of course you have to have a permit to park, but I always give them a heads up, just let them know like, hey, my car is not going to be moving, so if you guys have any like tree cutting happening or repainting the parking lot, my car is going to be there and it's going to be in the way. So moving on from my dwelling space, I will move into the professional space, and I begin to remind coworkers and bosses of my absence. Hey guys, that project, I'm gonna have to pass it to so-and-so because I'm gonna be gone for X amount of days. Setting an out-of-office reply, super important, so that people can email you and they get an email back saying, hey, I'm out of the office, living my best life. Hold it until I get back. Or here's another POC that you can write all of this stuff to. Call them, don't call me, because you can't, because I'm somewhere flued out. So once I've checked in with my neighbors, I've checked in with work, everybody knows that I'm leaving, hey, gonna be gone, I start to refresh myself of all of my trip plans. I do a trip confirmation, if you will. I think this next step is really important, especially for somebody who is similar to me. I like confirming things and then reconfirming them, especially when it comes to accommodations. Often I will book on like booking.com, kayak.com, hotwire.com, all great websites, by the way, for really great prices on accommodations, but they are all third-party websites. So I like to email directly to the hotel themselves just to confirm a reservation is there for what I booked through that third-party website for. Also, I like to say nice things like, I hope you are doing well, just checking in, super excited for our trip, can't wait to meet the staff, because you never know who's going to be at the desk when you check in, and it's the difference between one room and the other room. This room's really nice, this room is extra nice, and they're like, oh, this person was really nice. We're going to upgrade your room. Look at that. You were the nice person that sent us an email and said you were excited to see us. There's a tip, guys. Kiss up to the hotel staff. But seriously, guys, that is like such an important step. I've never been led astray before. Nothing has ever gone wrong when booking through those websites that I just listed because they're just great and reputable. But you never know. Just check in just to make sure there's enough rooms because, wow, you don't want to show up and not have a place to stay. That would be really great. All right, moving on. So the second step in my travel confirmation time is reminding my spouse, my travel partner, of everything that is going on. I will forward any emails to him. Often, Paul is the one who has like the internet package with his phone, so he can pull things up really quickly without Wi-Fi because he has internet, especially when we're going overseas. So I will forward anything and everything, like all confirmations for flights, itineraries, check-ins, all of that kind of stuff to him so that he has it. I will screenshot things because that is a key point right there. If you don't have Wi-Fi, if you're on airplane mode, that piece is really important because if you're outside of the place that you usually are, you don't have service on your phone, and you really need to get to that confirmation email, that confirmation number, if you have a screenshot of that, you don't have to worry about it loading and things, except if you have it like in the cloud or something, but be sure to have those actually saved on your phone and not in the cloud. Take pictures of everything. Screenshots, screenshots, screenshots. You don't have to worry about downloading, worry about not having Wi-Fi, and you're the only person that has like that specific information, and for whatever reason, the person at the desk can't find your name. And you're like, no, no, no. I have it. It's here. Just wait a second. Do that. Screenshot everything. All right, so that is everything that I do for the week coming up to that trip. So let's talk about the night of. I have done a lot of prep in the beginning, so the night of is really about tying up all the loose ends and doing those last minute things. I try not to do them, not as many, but this is just like one last check of the confirming, to check, to double check, to triple check, weird planner types. Hashtag. The night before travel, I always throw away anything in the house. Get rid of your trash. Story time, quick story time. So, I might have assigned my husband a small chore to throw away the trash before a trip once, and neither one of us did it. The trash was there. We came back to things alive. There were not things alive in our trash can, and when we came back, things were alive, and they had made their way outside of the trash can. Disgusting. Throw away your trash. Clean out your sink. That's another area, especially in the summertime, in those warmer months. Oh my gosh, please clean out your sink of all food. Don't have any food in the sink. Don't have any trash in your trash can. So once I've cleaned the trash and the sink and anything around the house that I know is going to be out and dirty looking, I move on to what I call my plane preparation. So I will literally lay out the exact outfit down to the underwear and bra that I'm wearing on the plane. I like to have everything just right there so I can just take it, scoop it. Here it is, my pile of clothes, and I'm like, and put it straight onto my body. I also will pack my arrival outfit. It may be different, it may be the same. If I know that I'm going from a hot place to a cold place, or a cold place to a hot place, or I know it's going to be cold on the plane, but maybe not as cold when I get to that spot, I like to have an arrival outfit, and I'll usually change into that like an hour before we start doing our landing, start the descent, and then I will walk into the airport that way. So I lay everything out, I mean down to the underwear, y'all. So it's all there. Yes. Next, I will double, triple check my travel documents, i.e. my passport and any transit cards. Especially like I don't know, I'm just a weirdo and I keep things. So I have all of my Metro cards from any like public transit I've taken in different places. So I like to keep those, especially if they're reloadable. So I will take out my transit cards and my passport, IDs, insurance cards. I will double, triple check that I have those things. I don't care if I have no underwear. I can buy underwear. Oh gosh, I forgot some socks. No, but you can't buy a new passport last second. You can't. You can go to the embassy, you can get expedited, you can do all those things, but ain't nobody got time for that. Anybody got time. Double check travel documents. Next is 24 hours to the minute before this flight. I am checking in. I am I'm on it. When it comes to checking into a flight, I want to be the first one. Sometimes it does not matter, like it's not gonna like change your seat or whatever. Most likely it's gonna affect your boarding group, and for international flights I like to actually be the last because I just want to get on the plane and not have to wait to put my bags and all those things, because all of my bags are gonna go right underneath the seat. But anyway, checking in 24 hours at like on the dot. I like to set an alarm in my phone for 5 minutes prior to that exact time. Like if my plane is leaving 24 hours from now at 8:30, at 8:25, I put a reminder on my phone, I get onto my computer, I log into the check-in screen, I copy and paste my number into the little box, and I just wait. I wait for 5 minutes. I wait, and when the time comes, I just hit refresh, and boom, I'm checked in. And now I'm there. And I make sure that I check in for myself and for my husband. Usually we're on the same little check-in box. I'll check in us both and we're good to go. Last but not least, the night before a trip, I like to get good rest. There is nothing like the beginning of a trip that can make you really, really tired. Airport, layovers, things of that nature, and being well rested is super important. I will try to do all the things I just listed the night before, earlier in the night, and get in bed at my normal time and knock the heck out. That's it, you guys. That is my pre-trip preparation. All of these steps I take are to keep me stress-free. I don't like rushing. I can't be rushed. My mother says that all the time, like, Kelly can't be rushed, because I can't. I don't like being rushed. I don't like doing things rushed. I don't like rushing. You get what I mean. All of these things are to keep things super stress-free. Travel should be fun. Having a preparation before your travel is what keeps that happening. If you have like your go-to tip, something that didn't even mention, I didn't even get close to, please comment that down below. If you have a little step-by-step routine that you want to share, I would love to know that, especially if it's something that I skipped over and you're like, Kelly, how could you forget to do this? Let's get a thread started down below. Let's help each other in this travel community. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are literally watching this video as you are preparing for a trip, I hope you have an amazing time, and be sure to comment down a little plain below and let me know. Comment where you're going. I'm always so curious to where my viewers and subscribers travel. If you have not subscribed, come on, join the McMafia. I will see you guys next time in my next video. Happy travels. Bye, guys.